would anyone... actually, we'll leave that to the end. So, yes, we are going to have a little bit of a recap, and then I think we'll just get into it. Last episode, everyone woke up half a day later. Repeatedly. There were multiple encounters with Commissar Friendly, which always ended up with the character getting knocked out, dumped in a med tent, and waking up half a day later. I believe that you kind of established your squad to a certain extent, did a little bit of scavenging and got some uniforms, went to trade them for some weapons. I believe Bobby even got a Ripper gun.
Yeah.
Bobby
He's well kitted out now.
Yep. He's, well, you're all decently kitted out, except for maybe one of you. We'll have to see about that. And, yeah, you then went to your truck that you were designated as a squad to drive in the supply convoy, the logistics convoy, I guess. And you tricked it out quite nicely. I have the stats for it now. You can all see it in your in the Roll20 if you'd like to have a look at it. It does have.
I do appreciate the naming of it. Thank you for that. That is an appropriate name.
Yeah.
I was gonna put 2Ks, but that sounded just a bit too heretically orky. So
that's just heretical enough to get away with it.
Yeah, truck.
It's customed.
It is customed. And you then got a few new squad members and set off scouting ahead of the convoy. We went a couple of days. We established that when the squad does sleep, they all sleep inside the truck with everything like locked down, and there's no like getting out. It's just we sleep in the truck, we live in the truck. If we go outside, our own regiment might try and steal our shit. This is the regiment you've joined, basically, Mike. So I hope you're ready for this.
That sounds about right.
Brilliant. And right at the end, because you guys had, I believe, binoculars and or like, you know, sight type equipment, you actually went and saw a few bikes, correct? I believe there was a couple of bikes and a truck.
There was some buggies. I specifically remember seeing
buggies.
Buggies, yes, buggies. So let's let's retroactive one thing, which is when you receive 2 troopers, you actually received 3 troopers, but one of them was knocked out and he was shoved into the corner, so you haven't had any interaction with him so far.
We do have a lot of stuff piled in there. It's entirely possible that we would have just missed someone.
Yes.
From what I understand, from about a day later is when I'll wake up.
Is Bobby cradling him at the moment?
He might just be sitting on him without realizing it.
No, we don't want to kill him yet.
Yeah, so Bobby's
is effectively an Ogren, just so you know.
Yeah.
He's fucking massive, and
he does all our math, and he always has a plan.
He's the best. We love our Bobby.
Yes. He is one of the NPCs I made for this regiment. The other one is Commissar Friendly, who is a dick, I think everyone would agree.
Yeah, we don't like him.
Not out loud.
Not out loud, yeah.
He is nearby. It is known that if you say something bad about him, he is nearby.
Yeah. So.
And you'll then wake up half a day later.
Yeah, he'll punch you and you wake up half a day later. So, let's start off with seeing what equipment Tiberius has. So, Tiberius, if you'd roll me your fellowship. So you just have to click the word fellowship and then, yeah, there you go. Okay. Put if you scroll down, put an X next to your las carbine.
Welcome to the Guard.
Welcome to the Guard.
Down,
Yeah.
Lance carbine. Put an X next to it. Where is that? Where do I put it?
Ranged weapons.
Yep. And put an X where?
Just
Type X.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Great. Starting off strong, I see.
Yes.
Just
Like literally how the rest of us started. Don't worry, you're doing fine.
Great.
My second character is the first one that actually like got a gun.
Yes. If you roll me, let's say, so 1. That you'll have that 1, 2. Roll me 2 more fellowships.
Sure.
Okay.
Negative 1.3 and 1.3.
Oh, so good news.
I believe you.
You don't have frag grenades or grenades of any kind.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Put just X
So I'll
there.
just go ahead and delete that off the sheet.
Well, you don't have to delete it. Just put an X next to frag grenade.
Done.
And you do have a uniform.
Oh, good.
So that's good.
Which uniform do I have?
You probably have. Roll me
It
a
seems as though we have a large range of them
Yeah.
available to us.
roll me a D4.
Great.
Uniform is kind of a broad term in this regiment.
Yeah.
2.
Creative.
Oh, you have a uniform of the Imperial Line Regiment.
Great.
So you basically are dressed up in very, very like professional looking, but probably tattered by this point. Kind of purpley, crimson, red. Kind of. It almost looks like a dress uniform, but it is a battle uniform.
That's why I'm unconscious.
Yes. You probably ran afoul of Commissar Friendly. He shouted at you, "No stealing uniforms." You woke up half a day later in this truck.
Well, yeah, I haven't even woken up yet, so it hasn't even been a half day since I got punched.
So.
Yes, somehow, unbeknown to us, Commissar Friendly managed to throw an unconscious soldier inside our locked-up truck over the night.
Yeah,
Yep.
We don't know how we got in, we don't know how we got out, but there's somebody
your
here.
Yeah. When you find that out, there'll have to be more security measures, maybe.
Yeah. We're gonna install additional bolts on every door.
Okay.
Yes. So you're wearing an Imperial Line Regiment uniform, but again, the regiment, the Imperial Pegasi Guard, they steal uniforms, they steal everything, and they tend to customize it a lot. So it's probably like missing the sleeves and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
And you just actually, there's one thing I do need to do. There's one thing I didn't roll for this part of the campaign, for this part of the basically battle, I guess, that is about to happen. So I have to go over here. I have to get this and get this. So let's see how bad this is gonna be. Okay.
That looks good. I like that, I think.
But it's bad if it's for us.
But no, I mean, it might be for the orcs, so... Okay, so now that... We're kind of evening out here.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. That's... Yep. So.
I'm so glad I'm unconscious.
Well, I think you kind of,
I feel like that's the safest place to be in the upcoming combat.
It depends how the truck fares, I guess, in the upcoming combat.
All right. You
Yeah,
got
we're
me.
basically dragging you in anyway.
Yeah.
Fair.
So, a couple of the buggies and a couple of the bikes, had turned around and gone away, left like 2 buggies and 3 bikes still there, and they start revving up, and you can see like this thick column of like smoke and just like, you know, really, really thick. It looks like they're coming at you.
Could they not?
I am in the damn turret, so I can,
Wait, were we stopped, or were we already... It was just like the middle of the day and we're driving forwards?
You had taken a halt to survey the area, basically.
Okay, so we're like the convoy's moving then.
you're scouting ahead of the convoy, so the convoy's a little, like, maybe 15 minutes back.
Okay.
Good.
Is it just us, or are there any other units around?
There are other scouts with you, spaced, like, fairly far apart, but all visible as well to the orcs. And it's not like you're right in the center where it's like all of these orcs are going to charge at you.
I'm gonna yeah. All right, let's prep this damn turret and call the guys, because this shit's gonna get ugly.
The orcs, boys.
All right, time to look alive.
Could someone get this off of me?
Oh, sorry. And like Bobby stands up and like gives you a hand.
Oh, that was a person. I thought it was like a cannon.
I found someone else, boss.
How did I get in here?
I'll stick my head back in through the hole. But Bobby, how many people are back there?
Don't know.
Way less than he counted.
There's like 4 people back here.
He moved his hand a lot. Anyway, what are we doing?
Get on the guns.
Oh, okay, great. I can just find a gun.
Yeah, just get on the guns. There's orcs coming.
I get on a thing that looks like a gun.
There is a harpoon gun attached to the top of your truck.
Right, I get up there and I'm on it.
Okay, you're on it. Would the rest of you like to basically ready up with your las carbines? Kind of,
Sure.
Yep. Alright. Also, seeing as you are driving and also you are nominally in charge, Mick.
Got a badge and everything.
You Corporal Mick, I believe, is...
Yep.
Yeah, Corporal, just Mick.
Corporal just Mick. What are you doing? Would you like to engage? Would you like to... Keep in mind that all of the scouts are autonomous. They take orders from the radio, and I think you did radio in and basically say, we see the enemy, pretty much. So
Yeah.
the column will be, aware of this.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if the convoy is 15 minutes behind us, the fight will probably be over before they reach us, even if we try and delay.
Yeah.
So...
Your trucks are reasonably fast, so at the very and like the orcs are a fair ways away from you. What I will give you is if you turn and run, it will be a close shot thing as to whether you get back to the convoy before they catch you, basically. Although you wouldn't know how fast the orcs vehicles are.
Are the other scout trucks within range to join us? Like, to help in combat?
Yes.
Well, in that case, I'm going to use the only weapon that I have at my disposal.
Okay.
Charge, boys.
All right.
because Mick doesn't make good decisions.
He really doesn't.
Aren't you glad you woke up, Tiberius?
I kind of get up there and there's orcs coming.
Yeah, that's why we have a gun.
Shit.
Okay, so a couple of the buggies peel off, and a couple of the motorbikes peel off. A couple of the bikes peel off. One bike is coming towards you, however.
That's the one that I'm aiming at.
Yeah, and the rest of the scouts. There's I believe I said there was like 5 of them. The rest of the scouts are like moving around, like moving out to intercept the other scouts.
Is it possible for me to kind of aim my gas carbine out engines to be able to fire?
It'll take a moment of driving before you get within range, but yes, you can.
Yeah, so sort of thing, just right.
Kind of readying to fire, yeah.
Yeah, so all right, boss, ready for a bit of fire line back here.
So here's the first thing. The bike is driving right at you. How would you like to drive?
Right at the bike.
Are we doing a chicken?
I mean, we've got spikes on the front.
You do have spikes on the front.
I feel like
I told you I was going to use the only weapon that I have available to me.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he's not doing a chicken. I think he's just trying to hit the bike.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, there's no intention to turn.
So, I'm going to do 2 rolls for the orc driving this bike. Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So, the orc drives at you. You will get a round of firing, basically, if you would like to fire.
Oh yeah, I imagine we're all just leaning out the window going,
Yeah.
Well, we've got little slots for the guns to sit in for shooting from inside, so you're safe because you're in the cabin with me. The guys in the back, however, they're standing up top, peeking over.
Yep. So, if you would like to fire, roll me a...
Yep.
Is this a pickup truck? Is that what I'm picturing here?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It's a big flatbed truck with a
Cool.
container on the back that we've modified. We've like sealed all the windows and everything. The only way in and out is to crawl through the cab into the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's
Very,
pretty orky.
very,
Yeah.
very heavily modified. Like plates, kind of welded and nailed all over it.
Yeah.
There is a
So
uniform.
a civilian vehicle and not a military vehicle at all.
Well,
Cool,
I
cool,
mean,
cool. Okay, I just want to make sure what I'm.
It is also a half track. We took the back wheels off and put treads.
oh
on it.
yeah, they
Of
put
course.
tracks on
Yeah.
it as well.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that?
It does also have a uniform like flapping on the side of it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Show?
Which-
We got the diamonds on the side.
Yeah.
So we are the diamonds.
yeah.
And
Okay.
there is a unicorn spray painted on the front with a dick for a horn because someone
Yeah.
failed his role.
Yeah,
Good.
It doesn't look
Great.
much like a unicorn at all.
it,
I have no idea who that was.
well, it was supposed to be a Pegasus, but they decided
Yeah.
to draw a horn on the top as well. So
Yeah. It's
And they
male
forgot-
Pegasus.
they forgot the wings and drew a dick on its head. So Bobby's gonna take a shot.
Fucking A.
Okay.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Bobby is the hero we deserve.
Yep. Thanks
So-
for using your one good attack roll, Sheepy.
Yeah, no problem. He hit 3
That
times.
was a lot of damage.
So he has, with the Ripper gun, he has single shot or full auto. And I was like, I'll do full auto because he's not going to hit anyway. He got 3 degrees of success. So he hit 3 times. And he does 1d10 plus 8.
Oh.
Dear.
Wow.
And this is why we normally don't give Bobby guns.
So Bobby's...
Give him guns more often.
Bobby like squeezes up next to Tiberius, like, and Tiberius, you're like, it's like a reasonably smallish hole.
Yeah,
where
it's a
you're-
turret hole.
It's a turret hole, and Bobby squeezes up out of it. Bobby is a big boy. He's very, very, very big. So you are.
I remember he was crushing my chest a minute ago.
Yes, you're kind of squeezed to the side. You're probably like kind of leading out a little bit as well. And he just takes 3 shots. The shots probably start your ears ringing, but he does hit the bike very, very squarely. Let me just see if he hits the
Imagine someone saying, "Just fire a warning shot." That was one shot.
Would anyone else like to take any shots?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll lay in as well because of course we got the double team attacking together. We have
Yeah.
we have that bonus, and as we're marksmen as well, why not?
You don't get minuses from your shots if they're longer range, so yeah.
No longer range and attacking together gets +10.
I think that's only melee. I'm not entirely
No,
sure.
that is melee, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the double teams. All right.
Yeah, we do have the marksman though, so we get no penalty for extreme range shots.
All right. Yeah, I'll.
So it'll be sorry, give me a second. It'll be actually put it on full aim just purely because you guys were preparing to fire.
Cool.
It'll be standard range and either standard or semi-auto depending on what your
Full aim standard.
Solid
range.
semi-auto. Boom!
Nice. Roll me that damage.
That's semi-auto, so I think it hits twice, actually.
Yes, it does. Wait, let me just check the last card. Yeah, it does on semi-auto.
Alright.
Yeah, roll me some damage.
That's just 1 damage?
Just 1. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Bobby's my spirit animal. Okay, so what happens is, Tiberius, I would advise you not to shoot, because Bobby did a lot of damage with his Ripper gun, and it takes like a half action every shot to reload the harpoon.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a giant crossbow that shoots rebar.
Do you have like shots that have the equivalent of like rope or anything if you want to grapple a car or a buggy or anything? I'll allow it because
I can
imagine
imagine
we
that's something we would
probably do.
have.
yeah. Okay.
It's probably more that it's intended for grappling cargo off the back of passing vehicles that we can nick. But yeah,
But it's just a piece of rebar that's bent like a fish hook.
yeah.
Actually intended anything.
So what happens is you both so that is Leon and Daryl, you both let off shots. Leon, one of your shots misses, but the others like hit this bike and he starts kind of like wobbling back and forth a little bit. And then Bobby jumps up, lets off probably about 20 rounds from his Ripper gun, but 3 do solidly hit. 1 hits the tire, and the tire bursts and flips the bike in the air. The second one hits the fuel tank, and the tank starts to explode as the third one hits the orc straight in the head, and the orc in the head, and the orc's head explodes.
I was like, fuck yeah!
So does all this happen at a range where we can then immediately drive straight through the resulting fireball? Because that would be really cool.
That is exactly what happens.
Perfect.
Except for the orc's body hits your windshield.
It's a good thing
Bonus.
it's armored.
Yeah, it's armored, so I'm not saying it like goes through or anything. It just like hits your windshield.
We just get like a splat across the bonnet.
Yeah.
I go, hey Bobby, bring that body in!
Okay. Grabs it. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we have the head of a Gretchen as a hood ornament, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
That
we can't replace it with his head because it just popped, unfortunately.
It did just pop.
We can get another one.
And Tiberius,
At this point, yeah.
Bobby apologizes to you as he like grabs this orc and like kind of shimmies it down past you. Like you get like kind of orc greenish blood over you and stuff.
What?
Sorry. And then Bobby goes down.
I can't hear because I have tinnitus now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a fucking full-size orc, is it? Son of a bitch, that's a big bastard.
So yes, you've destroyed the first bike. There are a couple of buggies attacking the other the other trucks that are with you, and then further away there's a couple of bikes attacking trucks.
Let's
So
be honest.
apart from survive,
Bobby.
Yeah.
apart from survive, what is our objective?
Get stuff. I mean, form supply lines.
The regimental objective.
Okay.
The regimental objective is actually go to Hyvlatate, form a supply line, because Hyvlatate is a farming hive, so it provides food to the rest of the planet, and they want to like secure it from the orcs. However, the squad objective is get food to sell and also get butter to appease
Get
Bobby.
loot.
Great. So having woken up here, I guess I wouldn't really know this specific squad's intent as I got punched in the face and woke up half a day later in the back of a truck.
I would say that's always the objective of most of the soldiers in the
Perfect.
thing. You
Collect butter. Got it. Yeah.
yeah, you probably, I mean, you stole your uniform while you were in the
Found
base
it.
camp.
I found it.
Yeah, it was in a locked crate that just happened
opened.
to it opened and
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crates, they're a funny thing, man. You don't know how they work.
Yeah.
Science. Okay, that's. I just wanted to know what we were doing, just
Yeah.
to be sure.
It is very much you are troopers in a regiment.
Mhm.
The best thing you can do is survive a lot of the time. Sometimes you get specific missions in this campaign, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's just, there you go. And considering these guys didn't even get guns starting off, I wasn't going to give them like some ridiculous mission. It was like,
Me neither.
yeah.
So, okay, cool. I man this turret.
Yep. What would you like to do, Mick? Because currently
we've got the
you are
taste of
going
blood now.
straight forward.
The closest enemy vehicle to the right is
Buggy
the direction
is-
that I'm going towards.
Is the buggy. Okay, roll me a operate surface.
I happen to have 2 ticks in that one.
You do. Oh, hell yeah. Wait, do you have any maneuverability on your truck?
Maneuverability plus
Plus
5.
five.
5, yeah.
Okay, so you take +5 on your operates. For
nice.
for when you're trying to drive like that and stuff.
So that would have been a 4.
4.2
Yep.
or 3.
Nice.
My math. 3, 2, 2, 4.2. And yeah, you just like swing it round. It feels like it was too kind of like harsher a turn, and like you should have, you know, flipped the truck or anything. But you've got tracks, so that helps.
And the
you
weight of Bobby in the back helps keep it down.
yeah.
And the orc body.
Bobby's gonna end up turning into like this mythical titan who's just like walking around by himself.
Countered only by Commissar Friendly.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Ages. It goes on forever.
Bobby is a squad.
He's definitely an absolute unit.
Thank
The
you for
sheer
that.
size of the lad.
So, you
No.
swing the truck round and start heading back towards the buggy. Let me just see. There we go. Okay. So what we will do is we will have a shot for the wow. Okay. That will be that. Interesting. Okay. So as you're coming towards the as you're coming towards your friendly side truck from the rear, so the war buggy is like moving towards the truck. The truck is kind of like it's moving to the side slightly, trying not to like head on ram because they didn't have the same amount of time as you did to customize. You see 2 rockets fly out the front of the buggy, and
Aimed at the other truck, right? Not ours.
oh yeah, aimed at the other one.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Oh!
And a giant hole is blown in the side of the cab of this thing, and basically the front of it is engulfed in a fireball.
Holy fuck!
We got to get one of them.
That truck's on fire.
Unfortunately, we can't nick that orcs anymore.
So you're now basically the orc buggy has fired and like moved slightly to the right as you're chasing it. The truck on your side has kind of kept going but basically stopped at this point. And the entire front, the drivers at least have died.
Well, I mean, clearly it can only shoot forward, so as long as we hit it from behind, we're safe. Stay on it.
Okay.
Hey, boss.
Uh,
If they're any survivors, do you want us to pick them up?
After the fight.
See, I
We'll give
feel
them
like
time to bleed out.
I feel like we're hauling ass right now.
And then, so so the orc buggy like moves to the side slightly. Roll me a +20 operate surface. Oof.
Ooh.
barely scraped that in.
Yeah, barely.
Good,
Holy.
good thing it was easy. So yeah, you speed up and come out like behind them. These orc buggies, this orc buggy at the very least, only has the driver, and it only has weapons on the front from what you can see. So, would you guys like to take a shot at it? Because Bobby's gonna.
Hell yeah.
Are we behind it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Just as a warning, if you don't destroy it before we get to it, I'm gonna ram it.
Yeah. Well, my plan is to do both. Hopefully, since I've never shot a rebar firing crossbow from the hood of a driving vehicle before, I'm not going to try to hit any of the things in there because that's just stupid. But if we're behind it, I want to aim like through the cab of this buggy and right into the engine block and try to drill this rebar into the engine to make it stop.
Interesting.
A stopped vehicle is very much easier to ram, from what I understand.
This is very true. It will be a cooled shot, which will be -20 to your ballistic.
Cool. What am I rolling? Just click ballistic and then do -20?
Yes, so you do ballistic -20. So, I don't know what your ballistics are. It'll be 10 or under on a D100, so that's going to be a rough shot, just so you know. Wow, you almost made it. You know what? I'm going to count that as a hit, not on the engine block, but we'll do a roll for you in a minute.
Okay.
So, Daryl, you get 1 hit, and Leon, you get 2 hits. So if you want to roll your damages.
Hey.
Okay.
Ooh, 12.
Let me find the
5.
war buggy. 12 and a 5 and an 8. Alright, no pen. Okay, yeah. You kind of like score hits kind of on the back of this thing. It doesn't seem to do like a whole load, but maybe the buggy like wobbles a little bit and that kind of thing. Tiberius, roll me a d10. 4. Okay, and now let's see your damage. This is going to be interesting. Your damage is 1d10 plus 2 with penetration of 7. The penetration is, you don't need to roll that. So.
Let's do 12 damage.
Nice.
I do all of it at once.
So, interesting thing. The bit you hit is not where you aimed.
Great.
You aimed at basically kind of the engine block, the thing running the engine. I'm gonna say at the last second, because it's orc and it's like alien technology, you're not exactly sure where, and orcs are weird, you're not exactly sure where the engine block was, so you're like, bugger it, and you just shot at the front tire on the right, and it hit it, and it took it off, like just severed this kind of like bolt, bit of metal that was having it together. So, the orc buggy stops pretty quickly right in front of you and spins to the side. I assume that you'd like to ram the thing?
I ain't slowing down.
I got it!
Okay, roll me... Oh, God. Roll me 4d10. Okay. Yes, you smash straight through the middle of it, taking the orc with it. It just explodes into a fireball. I'm not gonna have you roll a dodge. I don't think that's quite appropriate. Roll me a toughness, Mick, and I believe Daryl, are you in the front of the cab?
Yep.
Roll me a toughness, both of you.
1.8.
1.7.
Alrighty, damn, you guys are rolling well today. Interesting.
We had plenty of time to brace for this impact.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your truck
Several
takes
kilometers of lead time.
your truck takes a little bit of like, I'm gonna call it superficial damage. Basically, one of the one of the things about your guys' vehicles and like makeshift constructions is because you made them, they're easier to repair. So it's, you know, you're going to have to eventually repair this little bit of damage, otherwise it will accumulate. But for now, it's not too much of a problem. And
do remember, one of my plans is to take the spiky bits off these orc buggies and weld them to the front of our truck. So
Naturally.
repairs are in the
Yep.
in the goal.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Also,
just
there's-
smashed our repair bits.
There's probably at least moderately functioning rocket launchers on this thing.
Nope.
I don't know if we want
I don't
those.
think so.
One thing I will tell you as a player, Mike, is orc weapons have a tendency to explode in orc hands, and when anyone else uses them, they're even less reliable. So orc weapons tend
My
to
first
be like
encounter with an orc, like the very first time I ever saw an orc, was a Gretchen, little green ones, little like a goblin type thing.
Yeah.
It shot me and nearly killed me, and then its gun exploded in its hand and killed it.
Great.
So I have a slight
that's so.
I'm slightly cautious around orc weapons.
Yeah. With good reason.
I
Yeah.
mean, I killed an orc in one-on-one combat with only a knife.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and he totally doesn't have the orc's knife stashed somewhere about his person.
What knife?
Yeah, exactly.
What knife? There's no knife. It's a secret knife.
Okay.
So, at this point, the other truck fighting the buggy has been mostly destroyed. The buggy on the other side of where you were fighting your bike.
Yeah.
The bikes and the other trucks are kind of in combat. The bikes are kind of they're coming in, and like they've got these guns on the front, and they're like peppering the trucks. But the trucks are quite heavily armored, so they're not doing that much to them. The problem is the trucks and the troopers on top of them aren't having a good time hitting them. So
Well, I'm assuming that those troopers are all like one gun to every 2 men sort of thing still, because they're not players.
yes, they are.
Well, we've got the taste of blood still.
At this point, I'm going to say 5 guardsmen jump out the back of this kind of front burning truck. But
How far are they away?
you'd have to turn round and go to them, because you did kind of like follow the buggy for a fair bit after the truck kind of got destroyed.
I mean, I don't really get a sense of camaraderie from this Legion. So I feel like it would be a case of they can deal with it, because they're not part of our crew.
I mean, we should at least wait until the end of the battle, then we'll be like, give them a
Yeah,
ride
then
to the main convoy, I guess.
Yes, I'm getting a fucking bastards.
Yeah, they can hang on the outside. They're not coming in.
I was so sure that you guys were going to take their boots, socks, uniforms, and weapons for a lift.
That's after the battle. That's why I said we'll
Just
go back and
thank
pick
you.
through once they all bleed out.
Okay, so you're going after the final buggy?
I'm assuming that's the closest one, right? It's like the buggy and then the bikes are further out.
Yeah, actually, the buggy, the bike on your right side, which is like where you were coming back to because you went around to the right,
Yeah.
is about as far away as the buggy, and the buggy hasn't kind of picked a direction to go yet.
Well, whichever one is more directly in front of us, because that gives me more time to gain speed.
Given from where you were going and where the vehicles were going, you'd actually be heading away from the buggy very slightly. So you're pointed a bit more you're pointed more towards the bike to go
Okay,
back to
bike
the
it
buggy.
is.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll me a plus 30 operate, and we'll see how well you do.
4.8.
Hell yeah. Where would you like to like maneuver this so that you're not in front of the bike when you come up towards? Because the bike's kind of like zipping around the truck a little bit, but it's specifically trying to like zip around that truck. So you can probably approach it from, you know, the side or the rear maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously don't want to get in front of them. We've seen that they have guns on the front, so coming from the side or the rear is probably a better idea.
And Tiberius, you would have been able to reload your harpoon. Okay, this will give you, as you're coming in kind of to the side of it, a shot. But let me just see how the bike does. It misses. So, the truck's taken some superficial damage. Maybe like the side of it is like peppered with kind of like machine gun type fire, solid projectile fire, and probably a couple of the crew are dead inside, although you can't see that.
It'll be open fire.
Yeah, gives you guys a moment. I think I will take a shot with Bobby. It's probably not going to hit because this is going to be more difficult. What I will tell you guys is Bobby does not have the sharpshooter for the auguring gun, so when he fires from further away, he does take minuses to it, and he misses completely.
That's fair.
Nope, I missed.
Yep. Oh well.
Yep. Tiberius.
We've still got our trump card here, our harpoon gun.
Is this like a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing. I'm just aiming for center mass on this thing, whatever the largest part of this thing is.
Okay. Sorry, did you guys approach it from the side or from the rear?
The side.
Okay. So give me a ballistic skill with, I'd say +10 here.
I can't help but feel like the largest part on an orc motorcycle would be the orc.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. -4.4.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you kind of let off a round of shots, and you let off a round of shots, and it like they kind of kick up dirt around. I think actually Bobby's shots kick up dirt like just in front of your vehicle because he rolled really badly. And the bike like peels off from the truck that it's attacking. I'll just roll for them, although I don't think it's going to be a huge thing. No, none of them really. You see a few shots coming out from the truck, but the truck like kind of changes it very slightly. Like changes direction very slightly. So like the bike tears off to the right. You kind of come in straight, and then the truck goes around your left side. So you've kind of come in between the two of them. And I should actually just see how the orc does his driving. Okay, yeah, so he does. That's good.
Well, my plan is still to ram it, so I'm heading directly towards it, and you guys do your thing.
Yeah, still trying to fire.
Yeah, light him up again.
Okay, would you like to try and follow around behind it? It would be a pretty sharp turn, so it would be a minus to your operate. Or you can kind of go a bit smoother, and you probably won't end up behind it, but you won't end up right in front of it either.
I'll probably go a bit smoother. I'm not gonna flip the truck.
Okay.
It's like shooting past us right now, so it'd be like a Fast and Furious kind of U-turn if we tried to go.
Oh
straight into
shit!
it.
That's
Nice.
a 3.
Okay, first up, roll me a d10. Twice. Why not?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, Tiberius, if you'd like to take a shot with your, harpoon.
Are we behind it this time? Or are we still sidelong?
Still pretty much sidelong with it. But yeah, if you roll me an operate surface, to kind of go along with it. Yeah.
No go.
And roll me 2 damages, please.
I will happily do that for you. I keep rolling 6s for damage and 8s.
Yeah. Who doesn't like a good 6 and an 8? One of them hits the orc in the arm. It doesn't seem to do much damage. You do also hit kind of the back part of the bike, which does very momentarily like shudder it. You can't really tell how much damage it did, but you get the feeling you did more damage to the bike than you did to the orc. And yeah, roll me that operate, Mick.
Okay. Oh, first fail. It's a -1.
Okay.
Oh dear.
It's fine. Nothing to worry about.
This isn't the actual ramming action yet. This is just keeping up behind it. So
Yeah. So
okay.
what's happened is you have maneuvered round to the right to follow it, and it has also kind of maneuvered round, but because it's a bike, it's a bit more agile. It hasn't managed to get round behind you quite yet, but probably next turn, depending on how you both drive, it might be able to. The other truck has kind of spun round this way. It will also take shots at the orc. Whoops. It will also take shots at the orcs, but they don't have your harpoon or your bobby, so...
Or our amazing charisma.
They hit once, so that's awesome. Let's see how they do. Like bounces off the windscreen or something of the bike.
It's morale damage.
Yep. And you... Let's get up to the next round of maneuvering and see how we do. So, I will maneuver with my speed freak, my orc. Yep, he does pretty well. And
so this is just me trying to keep behind him or alongside him.
Yeah, at this
basically.
point, it's a bit more trying to keep him from getting behind you.
Yeah.
Basically, stopping him from getting his guns trained on.
Ouch.
Okay, and I think this is us opening fire again, yes?
Yes, you can
Yeah.
open fire.
Yeah.
And Bobby will also add to this.
I think I hit him with the harpoon gun.
You did hit him with the harpoon gun. Seeing as you rolled a crit success, 1 to 5 crit successes, would you like to hit the bike or the orc?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
It's a harpoon.
Yeah, I feel like it's going through several pieces of this thing. Can this be one of the hook harpoons?
Sure, yeah.
Then the orc.
Okay. Roll me your d10 plus 2.
9.
Yeah. Okay. Daryl and Leon, you miss again. You're probably getting close to having to reload. I'm not sure exactly.
Semi-auto only takes like 2 shots.
Yeah. What's your clip?
It says 60, so...
Oh, because last carbine, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're nowhere near having to reload.
That's the good thing about Imperial Guard. They have fuck tons of ammo.
Yeah.
Because they need it.
Yeah. So, Tiberius, you let off a shot. I feel like your ears are still ringing. Maybe you close your eyes and you're like, ah! And this harpoon attached to, I'm gonna say...
Bent piece of rebar.
Yeah. But it's attached to, like, a rope or a chain or something?
It'd probably be like that steel cable that you'd use for...
Like a winch.
Strapping down cargo. Yeah, like a winch cable.
Yeah,
That's
and
probably
you have to,
exactly what it is. There is like a winch cable just sitting there.
Wait, it's a tow hook from like the front of a vehicle that we just strapped to one of the pieces of rebar.
Probably nicked it off another of the trucks. It's like a repair and rescue vehicle that you were just like, they don't need this.
Yeah.
So some
They
trucks.
shouldn't have left us alone with the trucks. There's probably bits missing off all the trucks.
Yeah.
We had a whole night.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a chimera somewhere that is missing half of its tracks.
They won't know that.
It's just up
They're
on bricks.
guarding it.
It's just a chimera up on bricks, like missing half its tracks.
An annoyed officer just standing there kicking it.
So yes, what would you like to do
So I mean, the harpoon tow hook just punches through the back of this guy, and I assume that's how a tow hook works. And I sort of bang on the roof of the cab of the truck, and I just say, "Next target, I got this one," as it punches through it. Because if you drive away, it's just gonna get yanked off that bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say as soon as I saw the harpoon with the tow line sticking through the orc, I'm just gonna swerve away from the bike and go off.
Okay,
Pull it
roll
off the
me
bike.
an operate, let's say +10. And, oh, whoopsie. Ignore that, everyone. And, this
4.1.
guy-
Nice.
Is the orc definitely dead?
It's about to be.
The orc
Oh no!
is, the orc is 100% not dead until right now.
I was
So-
just gonna tow the live orc.
So, what the orc was trying to do, the orc was trying to maneuver so that it was following you guys and didn't get pulled off its bike. It misjudged the way you were driving, so it drove in the opposite direction, which meant it immediately got yanked off the. It immediately got yanked off the bike, and is now being dragged behind you.
I think we can just leave that there. It'll just be dragging behind.
Oh
us.
yeah, it'll die over
And-
time. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
We can then take his head later for a better hood ornament.
Yep.
we're on like a big salt plain or something, aren't we? Like it's not exactly grass and soft dirt. It's something pretty packed down and firm. So he's
Yeah.
bouncing and there's
Yeah,
bits
he's-
flying off, and
There's like, yeah.
it's great. They're
Um,
horrible people. Let's go get the next one.
there's a guy in a trench somewhere who like runs his finger on the ground. He goes, "Ooh, it's salt."
Wow.
It's not snow like everyone expected. Sorry.
That
Um,
was a great scene. I know when I see a mysterious white substance on the ground, the first thing I do is taste it. So it does make sense.
I mean, what if it was a coke field? You know, it could've
Yeah,
been
it could've been
a number of
anything.
things. That could have made that battle actually exciting.
So there is. I'm actually gonna roll this as well because this is gonna be important. There you go. Yeah, no. The final bike on the other side starts speeding away, and the trucks that are with it can't catch it. I believe there is still a buggy as well, actually. So let's see how he does. Oh, he's going even quicker. he probably left before you got the orc on the bike. So the last two vehicles like skid round and just start speeding.
I can't help that they feel that we kind of had a pretty serious impact in that, because every vehicle we've driven towards has just exploded and everyone died. And now we're
killed
coming
most
towards
of the
them.
thing.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys got a little bit lucky because Bobby shot really well before the orc could take a shot on the first bike. And then
Look,
it gave you...
it's-
Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, you guys did wonderfully. It's all, everything... Yeah,
Divine intervention by the Emperor. We are his finest.
it is, you are. I mean, the Imperial Pegasi Guard.
We literally are. This is how we act, how we operate. This is what we do.
Mhm.
It's unconventional, but it works.
We're no longer
I'm
a
going to
guerrilla
tell
fighting
everybody.
regiment. We're now an armored regiment.
You're really...
All right.
Technically, he's not wrong.
Tiberius, you're up on the harpoon. Give me an awareness. I assume you would have given him the binoculars or the binocular equivalents.
I'll pass them up. I'll go. That's generally my spot. But yeah, sure. Have a look and I'll have a look.
You have a gun.
Yep.
Tiberius
true. I
does
don't
not. So yeah, give me an awareness plus 20.
1.1.
I don't see the roll. There it is.
Nope, there it is.
Um,
Just took a minute.
you see, in the direction where the buggy and the bike are headed, a big column of smoke. Like, think of the horizon on a flat plane.
Mm-hmm.
And think of that entire horizon being covered in smoke.
Mm-hmm. Do I know what that might mean?
You could take a guess.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, again, I bang on the hood and yell through my tinnitus. Lots and lots of orcs! Straight ahead! And then I figure out how to take this cable and tie it off to the truck and load a new piece of rebar in.
Oh yeah, basically the cable is already like tied to the. So like once you've shot it, it's just tied to the truck.
We took the entire reel off.
Oh, the entire perfect.
Bolted it onto the back of ours.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I also crank it in a little bit.
Yeah. It's a little rough because you are still driving, and
I don't want that orc too far out, right? I'm not fishing here. I gotta keep it a little close.
You might catch another orc if you're not careful.
Trinkets and trophies.
Yeah.
What would you like to do about? There's a couple of destroyed trucks. There's about 5 Imperial Guardsmen who you did manage to keep safe by carrying on after the other vehicles. There are 2 trucks still working aside from yours. And let's see if they've seen it. One of them has turned round and is heading straight back towards the column. The other one has stopped to start looting.
I think we'd probably pull up alongside that one with the 5 dudes that survived the disabled truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll pick them up, grab whatever we can from the wreckage, and then...
Like, real quick. Probably not wise to spend a long time looting.
Uh-huh.
It's just
Yeah, we're not going to strip it for parts. We're just going to grab any weapons and ammo.
Okay.
And the 5 guys, they ride on the side.
Right on the side. And they're going to be like, yeah, no problem. We'll just hang on the side here. Not an issue.
Well, I imagine there's bits of everything sticking off that they can stand on and hang on
Oh,
to.
yeah. There's some spikes as well and stuff like that. So if you, like, swerve quickly, they may impale themselves, I guess. But it's fine.
Oh, dear.
Go. And, you... Actually, everyone give me an awareness.
Where is
Trying
it?
this. It didn't matter. Oh.
Oh, fuck.
I got a crit fail.
Let's go. Right. Come on, let's go. We're focused on what we're doing and on what...
Yeah, you're all talking.
Distracted by loot.
Okay, so you're looting quickly, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Right.
Everyone roll me also an athletics, please.
Athletics.
Oh, I passed. I get a 3 on a target of 7.
I got 4.
Okay. No. 0.4. Sorry, 0.7, 0.4. So it is a success, but it's not a massive success. Mick, I feel, has already become accustomed to his life sitting in the truck of a car.
I couldn't get out. I was trying, but I was stuck.
You have to like click the seatbelt twice to unhook.
I kept trying to get out of the turret, but they just kept throwing more shit in the back of the vehicle, and I couldn't get out.
Well, this is going to happen. Oh god, I did it again. This is going to happen then. It's not you. It's not you. So I need you. And I need you. There you are. Okay, cool. So, first up, we will roll. Oh, no, don't do that. Yep, there we go.
Uh-oh.
That was lucky. And then it is this one. So, it is... the this is something you do here. You didn't hear the other thing, but this is something you do here. A giant explosion at the truck, just kind of down the ways a bit from you, that also stopped to loot, as it is hit by 2 bombs from above.
Oh.
Above, so we hear like the... And then there's just no truck.
There's just no truck. It is gone.
I'm stuck inside the cab, so would somebody else like to look up?
I was going, get in, let's go, let's fucking go.
Let's get the hell out of here.
If anyone...
Come from that giant smoke.
I will have a little look, but...
if anyone's looking up, it is awareness -20, except for Tiberius, where it's awareness, just straight awareness.
Just straight awareness. Nope.
Hey, I got it.
I have the office on backwards.
Leon, you can see very vaguely up in the air, a long way away, multiple dark things that are flying above you.
Okay, they got aircraft. Let's go. Let's go.
With your successes, you would guess it's a few hundred, maybe.
Oh.
That's a shit ton. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Go. Just sorry. Go. Fucking go.
With your athletics rolls as well, guys, you won't be able to get barely anything looting if you go now.
That's okay. We are.
Yeah.
I think go now. Losing the truck would hurt us more than anything we could potentially get. So
What I will
That's
give.
a PK flying up there.
Oh, that's an entire mission PK up there.
Yeah.
Plus, we just got 5 replacement soldiers, so we're fine.
I will also say you can get a las carbine. No grenades, but las carbine if you like, Tiberius.
Yeah, sure. If they throw one in the back of the truck, if need be, I'll grab that if we have to jump out of the truck.
Yeah. Okay.
Just take it off one of the soldiers who had one on them.
yeah, he can't hold it and hold onto the side. You're just
Right. That's just yeah. Asinine, dangerous.
And I said 5. So it's if they got 3 las carbines, we got an additional 2 guys, and I didn't give their guns to them. So
We'll hold them. You can have them
Oh
back.
yeah, we also do have 2 other unarmed soldiers in the back,
Yeah.
we'll
in our squad.
we'll give them the guns till they do go to hold the fuck on.
Yeah.
Because if they let go, we're leaving them. Yeah, they go. All right.
Yeah.
Well-
So as soon as everybody is in or holding on, I'm going to tear ass back to the convoy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Roll-
Daryl will get on the radio and alert the column of there's a crap ton of planes here, and we took out some orcs.
Okay. Friendly or? This is back to
I
you.
mean,
on the-
Whoever's on the other end of the radio.
Yeah. No. What I mean is the response you get back is friendly planes or?
No. If they were friendly planes, we'd be in the hive already.
How many?
Hundreds. We don't exactly have the luxury to stop and count.
As they put here, go, fucking go!
Your intel is greatly appreciated. Get back as soon as you can. We are devising a plan.
We have literally no anti-air in this. Do we? We have nothing for this.
No.
Nope. Keep in mind I made 2 rolls for operate. I think it was Aeronautica. No, it's navigate surface. One of them succeeded and one of them failed.
I wonder which one succeeded.
Incidentally, as I will need an operate, give yourself a plus. Honestly, a plus 30 because you're basically driving in a straight line.
3.7.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you make good time. No one falls off your truck, which was actually a danger. You're about 15 minutes out. What you will notice is that There are a few bombs that are dropped near you. None of them really come close to your truck because you managed to basically head off before the bombs started dropping properly. And they didn't drop that many bombs. It was a few kind of pot shots at the stationary trucks that were still going. And you will notice that the planes are going past you if you look up.
Oh.
And are they clearly of Orcish design?
They're too far away, really. To tell. They're pretty high up.
From what I understand of aerodynamics, can I hit one with a harpoon?
I don't think the turret arcs up that far.
I just get back in the hole and lead it as far as it can go.
I don't think Tiberius would be able to pronounce aerodynamics, let alone be able to
Actually,
understand
Tiberius has a 40 in intelligence. He might be the only one who can pronounce aerodynamics.
Wow, you're like the anti-Bobby.
Yeah.
He's the smart boy.
He's very smart. But I will tell you that no. Even if it did aim that direction, it doesn't have that much of a range that you could hit planes that you can barely see.
Perfect.
Like they're basically specks in the air above you.
Got it.
which is probably why we managed to not get hit. They're not really aiming at us; they're just dropping bombs in the area.
Yeah.
And roll me an awareness minus 20.
Everyone?
Oof.
Yeah.
What about Tiberius, who has binoculars?
This is not sight.
Oh.
This is whether you can hear something over the engines and the truck.
I very much have tinnitus.
Oh,
God,
dear.
no, I would even go so far as to just say the truck is too goddamn loud because this thing is a beast.
Yeah.
I mean, Daryl probably has like some noise cancelling headphones for the radio. He's probably busy with radio stuff instead.
Okay. Everyone rolled awareness, and everyone failed. You hear the truck. And maybe Bobby being like, that's a lot of flying things, boss.
Planes, Bobby. They're called planes.
That's a lot of planes, boss. Do you think they all have those exploding bombs?
You know what? I'm just gonna assume they do and stay right the fuck out of it.
And there's like a lot of them, right? Like 100?
Yep.
Is that? Did you count them, Bobby? Is that 100? You think?
Sure.
Yeah, Bobby's good at math.
Yeah, I'm good. So that's like 3,000 bombs, right?
At least, Bobby. At least.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be good.
No, that's why we're going.
And they're all like ahead of us now, like over towards where the convoy is.
What?
Trooper, do you want to radio this in?
Daryl's already doing that. He's just on the radios like, scatter formation immediately.
Scramble the trucks.
What are you talking about? Why?
Get the fuck out of there. Don't bunch up.
Incoming!
And you hear like okay, very good, trooper. We will need an explanation as to, and then you just hear like whistling, basically.
That's the first time one of us has heard the whistling, and it's coming through the headset.
Yeah, and then it cuts off.
I think they might be dead.
I think you got the message. It's fine.
Also, let's get... Actually, I won't require an awareness for this one, because it is a giant plume of smoke. Tiberius, looking behind you, the giant plume of smoke is just a little bit bigger, probably. Maybe a few specks on the horizon as well. And considering that you've seen the buggies and the bikes, neither of those could be a speck on the horizon at this range.
Great.
So that's something bigger.
Yeah, he's shouting that down again. They're approaching!
Right. Bear's just alright. I'll make driving far land on back, boys.
Are you gonna head straight to the convoy?
I think the convoy might still be our best bet, because whatever that giant plume of smoke is, we can't take it with our one truck. As amazing as our truck is, don't get me wrong, boys.
It's an amazing truck, but yeah.
Brilliant work.
This is
We are
very
the heroes of the entire war so far. So I mean,
yeah.
Roll me another operate with plus 30.
Uh, 1.5.
Good. I think you start to see lots of plumes of smoke in front of you, individual, like, columns of smoke. And when you get there, well, even before you get there, you can see many, many, many destroyed trucks. And no working trucks.
None at all. Like, it was completely wiped out.
Or roll me an awareness, everyone, and plus 20 to Tiberius.
Nope.
Nope.
Close. Leon, as you're kind of like leaning out the side of the truck, you can see in the distance, back towards where you came from, some specks and some like little things of, and probably a couple of like explosions as well, but not many.
Yeah, there's shit going on down there. I got no idea what the fuck's going on.
The number of destroyed trucks is probably in the range of about 50. And I believe you had 100 or so trucks in this convoy.
Oh shit. That's bad.
Shall I just...
With your operate rolls, you have gained distance away from the plume of smoke behind you as well, a little bit.
Could I predict how long it will take for that plume of smoke to become an extreme immediate threat?
Depends how badly you roll, to be honest. So,
Well, no, I mean, like,
what
like
you...
right now, how far off is that?
It's far off in the distance. This is a plains, so, you know, it's like, yeah.
Are we talking 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour?
Probably closer to 30 or an hour. If they gain on you slowly, it could be half a day. If
We
they
might
don't
have time to do
gain on
something.
you.
I'm not so too worried about ground vehicles. It's just being bombed that is the immediate risk.
There is a decent amount of there is a decent amount of like smoke and debris. A moving target would probably be a little more obvious, but here at least it's probably harder to see your truck because
That's
all
kind
of
of what
them
I'm
are
thinking.
destroyed. Yeah.
I think we should set fire to some of the trucks.
Why is that, boss?
Do there appear to be any like survivors around the area?
Yeah, we'll check the trucks. If it's empty and there's no one in it, set it on fire. Put up a big plume of greasy black smoke that blocks us from the bombers, so they can't see us.
And also,
Yeah,
do
but we still got that plume approaching.
Yeah, but my immediate threat is getting bombed. We can
Okay,
deal with
so
the plume
if-
once it gets here.
If you keep going, you'll be out of the kind of wrecked area in about 5 minutes. It's not like a big area. Basically, what happened was when you radioed in and said that there was a big plume of smoke coming, they stopped to organize their to basically organize their tactics to fight against incoming orcs, and then the bombers came over because, you know, there wasn't much warning.
Actually,
They failed their awarenesses, basically, and they didn't see the bombers coming, so...
That's a good point. What are the bombers doing? Are they hanging around still bombing, or are they just carrying on?
The bombers have, mostly turned back. There's a few that are still bombing the remnants that are running away, but, most of them have turned back. They probably passed over you at some point.
Okay, well, I mean, if they're not hanging around bombing the area, it's not an immediate threat, I suppose.
It's not as big a threat, no. Like...
Alright, well... I mean, we could try and get these other guys into a working truck.
There are a few people, but they're fairly far away, like, further away. They appear to be mostly running in groups of 1s or 2s back towards the, where the trucks all left. You can assume that it was a very quick, like, we got bombed to shit, everyone panicked and ran away.
Yeah.
It's certainly good.
Keep in mind, I rolled for this, before the show, just to see how this kind of fight was going to go. And I think, given the forces arrayed against each other, it was, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So what do you want to do, boss? Do you want to pick up a few survivors and just get the fuck out of here? Because I think we need to... Like, kind of hard on forever.
I think we need to circle the wagons a little bit, get everyone that's alive grouped up and in something heavy.
Alright.
We could probably carry a few more people.
We can take maybe 30 or more people on this thing. I reckon.
Are there any functional trucks that I can see?
There are bits of functional trucks.
Are there enough to make a whole functional truck?
Not in the time you have. You'd say like an hour or so is when these orcs are going to get to you.
Yeah.
There's not enough time to do anything significant. Like a little bit of looting, but the thing is you are going to have to keep ahead of them. So one thing you won't know is you guys are traveling for, I believe, a day total to get out to here. So to get back to basically home base will be about a day's travel.
If we're trying to rescue as many of these people as we can, which is what it sounds like, is there any way that we can jerry-rig some kind of trailer using the ass end of a pickup truck and attach it to the ass end of our pickup truck? So that way, like, it's on one axle and it can kind of sort of go like a trailer behind us that we can throw as many dudes as possible in there to kind of counterbalance it.
So you have space on your truck for, I believe, about 40
passengers, yeah.
40
That's realistic, yeah.
Okay. If you want to cram them in tight and be very uncomfortable, you could probably take some more. You currently have about 10 people on your
10
truck.
of us, yeah.
So you can take about 30. And maybe 20 more if you cram it in.
Is the orc that's harpoon definitely dead now?
Just heads up, Bacura, you're like crackling a fair bit. I don't know what that is. Might just need to unplug your.
Yeah, I would assume the orc is dead, super dead at this point.
Yeah, if the orc is definitely dead, I am. If we're spending a couple of minutes, I think one of us may as well just haul this orc, take its head, and put it as a hood ornament. Just replace it as a hood ornament.
Yeah, you can do that. I won't require.
Is that better with the mic?
It's still a bit crackly. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't really help.
Yeah, so you can't really guesstimate too well, but I'd say there's probably around about 20 people that you can see kind of split up, making tracks, running back. They haven't gotten that far, and possibly a couple of them have like stopped and started waving at you and shouting, or you can't really hear them over the hum of the truck. Yeah, I mean, from a military standpoint, I'll tell you that this is like a full-blown retreat
Yeah.
we didn't know what we were dealing with. We were horribly outgunned, and while you stopped, Tiberius, take a plus 30 to an awareness test.
Sure.
As you are like looking at the plume of smoke.
Yes.
Ooh.
You are able to make out a few things now. They're a little bit closer, and there are a few things that are quite large. One of which I can describe to you. Well, there's a couple of these, and I can describe them to you as very, very, very large dinosaur-looking type things. They're going.
Okay. I since I'm the one in the turret with the binoculars on, I sort of bang on the cab of the truck, and I just yell, "They have dinosaurs!"
Boss, shall we just pick up these guys and get the fuck out of here?
Fucking, I should have known that orcs would have had dinosaurs. I think that was in the book. Let's go.
Picking up the
A
guys,
when
boss,
fighting orcs handbook, beware of dinosaurs was rule number 1.
So, one thing that I'll give you guys as players, those are squigoths. They are basically giant, massive squigs that have evolved into four-legged, massive monsters, pretty much.
So when you say massive, are we talking like the size of an elephant or the size of an apartment building?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
That's good enough.
Judging by the internet, it's
If-
an apartment building.
If you know 40k, you'll know that squigoths can be tank-sized, they can be house-sized, and some of them can be Empire State Building sized.
Okay. That's
None of them are
sort of-
that big, but
Yep. Boss, we're gonna pick up these guys, or we're just gonna go?
Yeah, let's. I mean, we've got a moment here. We'll grab whoever we can, get them on the side.
Let's open them back. Right, get off site, get the fuck in.
you will also see, by the way, Tiberius, you'll see like a few larger kind of wagons, which look like they're holding a good 50 to 100 orcs in them. You can't tell exactly because it's a long, long way away.
Okay.
And also, a few, like, slightly larger looking tanks. I won't give you, like, the classes of these things, but yeah, they're, Oh, did you find a picture of a...
Yeah, fucking armored squig off with a cannon on it.
Yep. They're,
One thing I could do is, can I see a corpse of a certain commissar around?
No. And I'll tell you that straight up.
Good.
Daryl will continue to try to establish radio contact with surviving forces and figure out if there's like a planned link up somewhere.
All you get on the radio currently is scrambled screaming, shouting, and people blaming everyone else. And
That's fair. I blame
driving. Yeah, it is their fault.
They didn't listen. They didn't listen.
You also didn't spot them early enough either.
That's
For the
they
warning.
didn't listen.
They also didn't listen. It's true. You know what? That's it. They just didn't listen. That's what the real.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, should I take it that you would like to run like buggery?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to meet Squig up close today.
Sounds like a good plan.
Cannon, get the fuck out of here.
Would you like to stop to pick up?
Any survivors? We're not going to like stop and check vehicles to see if there's anyone injured. If
Yep.
they are, they're dead. Sorry,
Yep.
guys. Anyone that's standing up and able to grab hold of the truck as we slow down, they can grab on.
Yeah, I feel like we just
Climb
slow
in,
down.
Climb on
too.
top. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not even stopping. We're just slowing down.
And as I get grabbing over it, we're pulling him in. So right, you first wait, pull in through the turret hole, bang.
Well,
Yeah.
in.
The
How's
first,
it going?
the first person you are met with, right at the edge of this litter of like horrifically damaged vehicles and things, is a familiar face.
Commissar?
He is dressed in a commissar uniform.
God.
He is very, very large, and he, as you're like driving kind of down, he steps out in front of you from behind the last of the trucks. That's like
Okay, now we're stuck between Squigoth and Commissar Place.
yeah.
What the fuck do we do? Which is worse? I don't know.
First we are all permitted to collectively shit ourselves.
Yep.
Yes.
Done.
And then I will address the Commissar directly.
Would you like to stop? You can try and run
Yes.
the commissar over, or swerve and just keep going.
No, he'll probably just kill the truck.
Yes.
Yeah. The truck cannot wake up half a day later.
No.
I will pull up alongside the Commissar.
We have tried 50 times to kill this bastard. We cannot kill him.
There have been group assassination attempts that have all directly failed.
He as you stop, he walks up to your side of the cab. Salutes.
I will return his salute, probably with the wrong hand. I
Yeah.
don't actually
I will
know what
salute
the
him as well.
Imperial salute is.
Ah, it is good to see that there is at least one person or one squad in this regiment who are not utter cowards.
Commissar.
There's big ones coming, sir. Real big.
Yes, well, even if they were just bikes or a small squad of orcs, at this point, we do not have the men. They've all fled. I will have to discipline them later for their cowardice. Do not worry, I have set up something to delay the orcs as a cover for our retreat.
They have dinosaurs.
They do not have dinosaurs.
What?
The
No dinosaurs!
I'm gonna open the back and go, would you like to come in, Commissar?
So something that happens before that. The commissar rises up in front of Tiberius like an avenging angel. Says they do not have dinosaurs, and all you see is a fist coming towards your face. You wake up half a day later.
Right, we're back at the camp. This is
You like slide.
Happy. I am so happy right now. We've all been knocked out by the Commissar.
You like take the hit and like slide down slumped. Bobby like kind of picks you up by your uniform and like dumps you into the corner. It's like
that's my sleeping corner. Is that one right there?
yeah.
Yeah. As I moan out from back, would you like to come in, Commissar?
Yes. I think it is time we get back to base. Clearly our commanders need to come up with a new stratagem. Corporal,
You say so, Commissar.
step on it.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Should we continue picking up survivors, sir?
Yes.
Very good, sir.
They will be
And
useful.
Very
if we
carefully,
are-
not looking back.
Yeah.
Out of sheer terror, I just continue driving forwards. A little bit more carefully now.
Daryl, do you look back?
I
No.
do.
Straightforward. It's just like,
I-
welcome to
I-
the time, it's Commissar.
I'm gonna grab the blockers and go up into the turret and just look back.
Yep. Okay. I'm assuming that they're not looking back at the commissar, because I'll tell you what, that little like compartment bit between the cab and the back of the truck, the commissar's face is framed in it currently. As Mick is like, don't look back, and Daryl's like,
It's like a scene out of a horror movie
Yeah.
where they're driving along and they know there's something in the back seat. They're like, I'm just not going to look at it. I don't look. I don't go away. I won't look.
Daryl's like on his radio, and you're both like fixedly staring forward, and like the camera is looking at you both as from the windscreen of your truck, and then there's just the commissar's face like thunderous and like just staring ahead.
Yep. Yeah, I will chuck the remaining corpse of the orc out. Commissar's in, right? Get the corpse of the orc out, or we'll keep the head on the front.
We need space for the troops that we'll be picking up.
Yeah, now that the commissar's here, I guess we have to actually let them inside. He
I
probably wouldn't appreciate us
would have
having it
assumed
outside.
you did that when you stopped, to be honest.
Yes.
Yes, just alright. Get in. Let's go. But less swearing.
Give me a plus 30 operate surface.
This is what you have a fate point for. If you fail, please.
Okay, here's the question. If you'd have failed, would you use the fate point because the orcs could start catching up to you, or because you
Commissar.
failed in front of the commissar?
It would have been the commissar. Like I said, I'm driving actually more carefully now than I was earlier, just because I don't want to like jostle the commissar and get punched while driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a point where you hit like a pothole and the entire truck just like, you know, just like Jimmy's like that. And you guys in your seats, Jimmy and everything, the commissar's face is like still framed and it just stays completely still and goes with the truck.
As I'm kind of looking at the back, I kind of look down and see him just looking and go, fuck.
Like when they say if you're afraid to fly, like if it's your time, it's your time. You're like, well, what if it's the pilot's time? If you get punched in the face, we all wake up a half a day later.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. This whole truck could flip and explode, and Commissar Friendly would just survive.
Yeah.
He is a bit of a force. I will say, over the course of the next couple of hours, you pick up some stragglers. There were more a bit further on, so it actually probably comes to about 30. So, including the commissar, you're probably on about 45 or so. So it's getting
we are at
pretty...
capacity.
Yeah, it's getting pretty...
Do we find any more working like trucks that are still driving?
No. They are also chugging it. I'll tell you one thing. The only thing I rolled semi-decently on was their retreats, basically. I gave them a slight bonus because you know, like, they got destroyed so quickly and their willpower rolls were so terrible that I was like, they're just running and they're just desperate to get back to base. I mean, the good news is that they didn't hold until the column of smoke got to them.
Yeah, that's great news that our legion broke. That's exactly what we want to hear.
I mean,
it's more like shattered at this point.
the enemy has dreadnoughts and squigoths and trucks and tanks
And bombers.
You guys just have trucks, and they aren't originally designed for combat.
Yeah, they're not even actual military vehicles. They're just civilian trucks. With some of them have plates welded on.
Yep.
I mean, you did have a few, like, chimeras and stuff with you, like a few escort vehicles, but they were mostly hit instantly, and the rest of them were like, even still, there's not much we can do against.
Yeah.
That was the main reason for having all the guys hold on to the outside.
Yeah.
Extra armor.
I'll say after you've picked up a good group of people. Incidentally, the one area that is not cramped is the front of the passenger part, because that's where the commissar is, and people are actually like squished up against each other just to give him a little bit more room.
Yeah.
Why do you think
they
I'm up
should.
the fucking turret?
And also Bobby is looking very unhappy, and he's in the corner in the back. He hasn't said anything for a good hour or so. I will say in that hour or so, Tiberius, you wake up. The commissar's clearly distracted. It wasn't even a full half day.
Great, good. He blew up a little bit, so his punch wasn't as strong.
Yeah, it was just talking about dinosaurs. It's fine.
Yeah, it's been a long day. He's a bit tired. He was in a truck that blew up. There was some explosions. He's been yelling at people nonstop for weeks.
I feel like I wake up in my sleep corner, and the sleep corner is the closest spot to the commissar.
Yeah,
and I just sort of and I just lay back down.
And a good hour after you've left the where you picked up the commissar, let's call it the truck graveyard, because that's basically what it is.
Sure.
I won't have you roll awareness on this, there is an almighty succession of explosions.
Holy fuck.
So I won't tell you for definite, but the Commissar seems, well, he always seems reasonably calm, aside from when he's angry, but he seems less angry than usual. So possibly you may have bought yourselves a little bit more time. Question. Would you like to drive basically non-stop back to base?
That was the Commissar's order, wasn't it?
Pretty much,
Return
yeah.
to the camp. Then that is exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
Terror can make a man do anything.
Yep.
He can
Yeah.
run for days if he has to.
Especially when it's probably what he wants to do anyway.
Yeah.
It's very easy to follow orders that is what you would have probably done anyway, just, you know, there's a bit more of an oomph behind it because of the Commissar. Alright.
We have justification to do it now.
Yes. So the regular roll is plus 30. However, these are Commissar orders, and you are terrified. Take plus 40 to your operate. And let's do it 3 times to nighttime.
Is that going to be all of them plus 40?
Yes.
Good.
As I'm kind of still just trying to keep an eye out after the turret, do you need any awareness rolls from that, or?
Yeah, give me an awareness plus 20.
Awareness plus 20.
Yeah, I
All
assume you would have taken the binoculars when Tiberius got knocked out.
Just once?
Yeah, just once. It'll just be a general feeling of, you're not sure.
I've got a good target to hit as well with that, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it just rolls. I like how those 3 operate rolls got successively more successful. Almost like you were getting more and more nervous with this Commissar, like, staring from behind you. Like, you can feel his glare.
This is taking way too long.
So you don't know if they're getting closer or not, and it's starting to get dark. That plume of smoke is just kind of in the background of the sky at this point. You can't really tell what's smoke and what's sky. I'm assuming, would anyone like to do anything? I feel at this point that Tiberius actually went back to sleep and was then like, I wake up half a day later.
Yeah, Tiberius is like, there's nothing he can do in here.
Yeah.
His turret spot was taken, and he's too close to the Commissar to do anything. So he's just going to lay here and pretend to be part of the equipment. And just hope if I can't see you, you can't see me sort of situation. And he's just trying to make as little noise as possible.
The Commissar is not a dinosaur.
I don't know that. You can't prove that. He got very offended when I talked to other dinosaurs and punched me in the face. So he could be a dinosaur. You don't know.
It may have been like, you can't use that word, that's our word.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, like nerf herder, and then I got punched in the face. So, you know, I'm not, you know, he could be a Tyrannosaurus for all I know.
He could be. And he kind of has the face for it.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I think I gave this description already, but his, he is very buttoned up, and he's in a Commissar uniform. Like a proper Commissar uniform. He is very scarred, however, on his face, like weathered, and there's like scars and stuff like that. And
a couple might be from my regiment, but not much.
A fair amount is from your regiment.
Oh, yeah.
You will have heard of the multiple attempts to kill him. Along, like, all the other commissars that got sent to the regiment died in weird and mysterious circumstances. The first few mysterious circumstances resulted in a lot of beatings and spankings by the Commissar, by Commissar Friendly, until the point around about attempt number 50, where half of the regiment basically tried to jump him in the showers, and they all woke up half a day later.
Yeah, we can't kill him. No.
Yeah, and at that point...
He's basically become a myth amongst the regiment. It's just like...
Yeah.
The boogeyman, except real.
At that point, an uneasy truce was declared, whereby the commissar could do whatever he wanted, and the regiment would accept it. It's a strange truce, but it is a truce.
Right, well,
Yes.
Mick is driving through the night. He's not going to stop. So
Yeah.
that's basically what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
Daryl's probably just trying to grab some shut-eye while having the commissar's eyes slowly burn a hole into the back of his head.
Leon's wired. Just,
Okay. Let's do it this way. Everyone roll me a willpower
I knew you were going to do that.
minus 10.
Great.
I actually didn't fail.
Nice.
uh,
That'll be.
I had to hit a 19 and I got a 13.
I also succeed.
Okay, so what this means is, Daryl, you don't get sleep. You are lying there with your eyes shut. All you can think is Commissar, 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 Commissar. He's right there. He's staring at me. I can't. Yeah, the sleep is impossible given the circumstances. Leon, I think at this moment, you know, in movies and stuff where you see someone who's like on lookout, but they're not paying attention to what they're doing because they're so worried about something else.
yep.
That's you. Like, you can't see anything. It's gotten dark. You could maybe give it a shot, but you're not even trying. You're just pretending that you're looking through your binoculars.
To keep the hell out of the commissar's away.
Yeah. Mick, I mean, you're still nervous, but you've been doing a good job, and the commissar probably grunted at one point in what sounded like approval, that you're, driving well, and so...
I'm just
He hasn't
not
punched
looking back,
you yet.
not
Doing
stopping,
great.
not slowing
Yeah.
down. We're just carrying on.
Tiberius, what you managed to do with this willpower is feign sleep.
Perfect.
If you'd like to sleep, you can. You've already gotten a decent amount of shut-eye, but you can get more.
Well, I was unconscious for at least half a day, and I just looked that way for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
That's my goal, is to stay that way for as long as possible until I need to not look unconscious.
It's funny how you guys are being pursued by a giant army of orc vehicles, and your goal is basically survive our commissar.
Yep.
I mean, who's the true enemy here? What's scarier?
I mean, the way I see it is the orcs are coming, the commissar's here.
Exactly.
Okay, so at one point, Bobby pushes through the crowd of Imperial Guard, who are. I'm gonna have to apologize to someone in a minute. Bobby pushes through the crowd of Imperial Guard and walks up towards where the commissar is, and tries to stick his face into the plate and says, "Boss, are we there yet?" And you hear a massive meaty thump. Bobby wakes up half a day later, and I have to apologize to Tiberius because Bobby falls on him.
Great.
This well, I kind of hit me, then look down and go,
back to pretending I have. Yeah.
oh.
What kind of role is required to feign that I'm dead? Just feign death.
It's a,
So like when
I think
Bobby's
I think it's
giant
actually
form
a-
falls on you-
I think you actually have to make a death saving throw here. Because it's not feigning death, it's you might actually die.
Yeah, just when Bobby falls on me, I want to make no sound if at all possible.
Roll me a toughness.
Okay, great.
Toughness minus whatever Bobby weighs.
I succeed.
Yes, you don't make noise. You take it like a trooper. A giant almost ogre falls on you.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you're not even like hurt. You're just like, and then just relax.
No, I just
It's
stay there.
fine. It's like a big blanket. If a big blanket was made out of muscles and bone, basically.
Yeah. It's like a security blanket.
Yeah.
It's safe under here.
One good thing about this is if you get hit by a bomb from above, You might survive, because Bobby will take most of the blast currently.
Great.
I don't take the blast.
Question though, in regards to Bobby's question,
Yeah.
seeing as I drove us out here, how far back like on the trip are we?
You think you'll probably get back to home base by around about noon? And it's probably gone past like 3 or 4 a.m. at this point. And I'll tell you this, Leon is out there in pitch darkness with binoculars, pretending to look through. He has no idea there's nothing. He could barely see the binoculars in front of his face, and he's still just like, not going down there.
No, not a chance. Not a fucking open hell.
And I will roll one more thing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Wow. I will say this. Tiberius is very lucky. Commissar Friendly did not notice that you were feigning sleep. So,
Yeah.
let's get... it will be plus 20 operate, because you're operating in the dark.
Hey.
4.6. Hearing Bobby get thumped has just like completely woken him up. It was like a line of coke.
Yep. Okay. You get through the rest of the night perfectly fine. Everyone is tense. And I imagine... would you like to switch out drivers at any point?
Seeing as Mick is actually a relatively talented driver,
Yeah.
and nobody else has really had much kip either, it's probably best to just carry on until we get back.
Some of the other people are getting kip in the back, so there are NPCs. There is also Commissar Friendly. You could maybe ask him if he'd like to drive.
I would absolutely not. Like Mick makes bad decisions. Mick doesn't shoot himself.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
You'd at least get some kip because you'd wake up half a day later.
And yeah, I don't trust an NPC driving our truck. We built this with our bare hands.
You did.
Yeah.
I think the plan of us might be right. We're gonna get back, then we're gonna piss off the commissar so we get some sleep.
Yeah, we just all look at each other and go, let's never do that again. And we wake up half a day later.
It starts to get lighter. Leon,
Yep.
give me plus 10 only, because at this point you will have all, except for probably Tiberius, have a level of fatigue.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's... Oh.
Because we've got one, and it's and we're getting the fuck away. I'll fake point that because fuck it,
That's a good idea. We need those binoculars.
Yay!
There you go. A, you didn't lose the binoculars, and B, you didn't get knocked out by Friendly. But also, you do notice that while the plume of smoke is closer, it's not closer by much. You can make out some of the you can make out some of the, you know, like the larger things. You can maybe even see a dreadnought or two, like a death dread or two. You wouldn't know what they were, but they look pretty fucking terrifying.
I'm seeing they go. We seem to be keeping ahead of them. They gained a little, but not much.
And the other thing you would be able to tell is they seem to be breaking off slightly. Like some of them have slowed down, some of them broken off.
I think they're starting to break as well. So keep it going, boss. I think we're gonna make it out of this.
Only a few hours out now.
Roll me a D100, Leon.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I think I know what's gonna happen. Take one.
Oof. Let me have a look at your.
Like the noise. Don't make that noise.
Let me have a look at your things quickly. There's Daryl. Okay. Okay. Sorry. You feel a fist grab you by, like, the lower part of your shirt, drag you down, and you come face to face with Commissar Friendly.
Sir?
No speculation! You see a fist coming towards you, and you wake up half a day later.
Just
Tiberius, roll me a toughness, please.
Great, no problem. 2.9.
You manage to not make any noise as another person is dumped on top of you.
Great.
Leon is grabbed like a body pillow and hugged by Bobby in his sleep.
Aww.
Second time this has happened.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I've been hurt.
noticing that, I will tell Daryl, see if you can radio back into camp, make contact, and somebody else grab those binoculars and get up top.
I will give it a try. Radio has been filled with people blaming one another for what happened.
You hear just over the back of your shoulder, in a kind of gruff voice, "There is no try, there is just do."
Yes, Commissar.
Roll me a tech use. I'll give you a plus 20 because of fear and desperation to succeed.
Oh, I have it trained actually.
Yeah, you do.
This is great. I think I'm gonna fate point that.
Because of fear?
Ah!
It's not as bad. It's not as bad.
Okay, so with a roll like that, you're probably less likely to break the radio, so
Yes.
this is a plus.
Yes. You managed to get onto a channel. It's not for your regiment. And the Commissar... You feel a meaty hand on your shoulder. And you're dragged backwards through a fairly small gap in between the trunk and the thing. And the Commissar sits you down and stands you down in front of him. Holds his hand out.
I hand him the radio.
You see a fist coming towards you, and you wake up half a day later.
I'm so happy.
Tiberius, roll me a toughness.
Guys, there's only so many dudes I can take. 3 dudes is my limit, it turns out.
You...
That's
You
still
took it like
pretty
a
impressive.
champ for so long.
Yeah,
but-
you did really well.
Listen.
As a third person is dumped on top of you, and then grabbed like a body pillow by Bobby, you hear a gruff voice say, "Ah, trooper, you're awake. Get up here and get on the binoculars."
I grab the binoculars and yank them because I think the strap is on
Yeah.
is on Bacura.
Yeah.
And it snaps out of fear. Adrenaline. And I climb the ladder and I just stand there.
I mean, that's probably the best option. The other option would have been to slowly, strangle the soldier while holding the binoculars up.
Yeah.
And holding his unconscious body by the strap.
Yeah.
I feel like either one's acceptable, but
Being slow or not doing it would have been the worst.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you hear, Mick and Tiberius and everyone else in the carriage who isn't unconscious for half a day, hears Commissar Friendly on the radio trying to organize things and shouting at people and threatening people with a nap.
What an innocent threat.
Oh, yeah, fine, it's Regiment.
I will punch you to sleep. Okay, that changes things drastically.
There are worse things that a Commissar can do, but Commissar Friendly just kind of evolved into this,
He's probably learned that threatening to kill us just doesn't work.
Yeah.
No.
Like, you can kill us, and there'll just be more to replace us. You have to humiliate us.
Yeah, there are the spankings. They tend to be the worst punishment.
We don't talk about the spanking.
We don't talk about the spanking. Mick was humiliated so badly he had to lose his entire squad to get respect back.
Wow.
Yeah, the only reason these guys even listen to me is because they didn't see me get spanked. Except Bobby, but he got spanked too, so we just don't talk about it.
Bobby got
Yeah.
spanked really badly.
Thankfully, spankings don't happen that often now that we're down on the planet.
It's
He doesn't
just
have
they're
time
knocked
to
out.
Out or out.
He's only got so much time in a day.
I'll take anything, man. Just not spankings.
So, let's get an awareness plus 20 from Tiberius and a final operate surface from Mick.
I see nothing.
Am I fatigued by this point, or am I still...
You are fatigued, yeah.
So that's a negative 10?
Well, it'll be a plus 30 and then a negative 10, so plus 20.
Okay. Still going strong.
Still running on pure terror. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you don't see anything as you look out the back. You can see the column of smoke, but I think you know when you're doing something, but your attention is on something else, so you just can't concentrate enough to take any information in.
Yeah.
That's the effect of Commissar Friendly right now. Like you've had run-ins with him, like just on the periphery of your experience in the regiment. This is your first time being stuck in a truck
Right.
with him, and
Yeah,
he's
and normally if you're in a turret seat, there's kind of like a buckle and like a strap or something
Yeah,
to strap.
yeah.
I didn't do it, so just a slight bump in the truck and I'll fall down onto him, and I don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
No.
So I'm
We
just
don't have
bracing
anything
myself.
like that.
yeah.
Well,
Usually,
Safety was not a concern. You're lucky that we thought to blunten the spiky bits that
Right.
are around where the turret is.
yeah.
perfect, and make them face out instead of in.
Yeah.
I'm just concentrating on not falling into the turret hole
Yeah.
onto the commissar.
Yes. And yeah, with that operate, I will say that eventually, and you don't need an awareness for this part, eventually all of the orcs stop advancing towards you, and you are in sight of home base, as it were. You have passed quite a few of your friendly trucks in the night, so as it gets lighter, you'll start to see like trucks kind of around you, some in front, some behind. You have made amazing time considering, and also you did custom your truck a fair bit, so it's a little bit faster, a little bit.
We also had slightly better motivation.
Yes,
Yeah.
no one else had a commissar in their truck, so. And I think some of them probably like got an hour's kip or something because they felt like they were far enough ahead. And so you make it back to the base as the stragglers of the Imperial Pegasi Guard start
Have the
coming
two of
back.
us that are knocked out woken up by the time you get back?
You wake up basically as they stop.
Good.
It's
Are we still-
the vehicle suddenly stopping after running in a running truck for what, like 30 hours,
Yeah.
and then it's suddenly going silent. Everyone's what was that?
And you stop, and the back opens up. The NPC troopers who had jumped in, the ones who weren't part of your squad, like jump out and start moving off, like very dejected, very quiet, all trying as quickly as possible to get away from the commissar, who is still in the back of your truck.
Without making it seem like they're trying to get away from him.
Yeah, the commissar's like on the radio still, like talking and saying like, "Well, someone fucked up."
It'll just
I'll
sort of
probably just-
slide out as quietly as possible out of the back of the truck.
Roll me a dodge with plus 20.
Great. I'm gonna find that one. Holy shit! I barely succeed.
Okay. Yeah. You slide out and get down quietly and just walk to the back of the truck and then.
Like every time he says a word on the hand mic is when I take a step.
Yeah, just in case he's talking to you, and it's like, So, Daryl and Leon, you wake up. You have a big, muscly arm encased around you.
Hello, Bobby. Good to see you again.
Oh, Bobby's still asleep.
Bobby.
Roll me a strength to get out of Bobby's grip.
No.
This is how I die.
We're going nowhere.
You spend.
Bobby.
Are you doing actually like making noise and shouting Bobby?
Yeah. Not now. As we kind of pistol closer. Just wake up. Wake up.
I will let you know that the commissar is on the radio, pretty much right next to you.
Yeah, don't quiet. It's fine.
Don't make
I'll take being Bobby hugged over.
You know what? I haven't made any stupid decisions recently, so I'm going to call out, get the injured men into the med tent. Everybody else, get to work on repairs. Quite loudly.
Okay. No, that weirdly enough, that's actually fine.
No, I was expecting to get punched so I can have a nap, because I've been driving for 30 hours.
No, because you're being proactive and doing things that make sense within a regiment. So...
Alright, well, hopefully some people will help to move Bobby. I'm still stuck in the cab right now, so...
Yeah, So you guys are there in the Bobby grip for another 30 minutes or so. I imagine Tiberius has wandered off, possibly to find something
No, Tiberius panicked and didn't know what to do. So when when the boss started screaming out to do repairs, you just see him slide by your window, and he's just like screwing on spikes. They don't screw on, but he's just trying to look.
He's just got a screwdriver, and he's just
he's just twisting them into the vehicle. I don't know what to do, and he just slides by the window.
Keep going.
So yes, after the 30 minutes, Bobby wakes up, says, "Oh, hello, Leon. Hello, Daryl. Why are you here?
We can't breathe.
Why not?
You're holding us a little tight."
Oh, sorry. And he lets you go.
Thank you, Bobby. You're a good man.
I'm just gonna kind of crawl a little bit to the end of the truck before I come out.
Bobby like stands up and bangs his head on the roof because he's forgotten where he is, and goes, "Ow! Where's the commissar?" And so Bobby wakes up half a day later.
Yeah, we are.
I think my first job would be to just make sure that when I get out, the first thing I'll be doing is making the orc head on the front very, very nice and neat.
You hear no dilly-dallying, and a thump, and then you probably immediately made your way for the exit.
Yep.
So you guys get out, and then like 10 seconds later, carrying Bobby in one hand, the radio in the other, like he's just carrying him like like a shopping bag, and he just throws him out, and he just lands like thump on the floor. The commissar steps out and starts walking away, and turns to, I think probably Daryl, and just nods and goes, "Good job."
Thank you, Commissar. Like sweat audibly breaks out his face.
And just keeps walking.
I think as soon as he's out of sight, I just collapse.
Yep.
I think at the moment he says good job is when Leon just lets out all those like fear farts of.
Yeah, Daryl's got like the full-on deer caught in headlamps look, like eyes wide open.
Would you like to try and cover the fear fart?
Yes.
Honestly, yeah.
Roll me a stealth. I think it's called. I think it's stealth in this. Yes, roll me a stealth. I'll give you a plus 30 because
Deceive.
It was the dog.
yeah. Okay, you're good. Like the commissar stops as you're like walking away, and this like very kind of squeaky noise lets out, and like looks around very slowly.
And Tiberius wrenches in one of the spikes.
And then walks away, and I think everyone starts breathing again.
Yeah.
I think we like go towards trying to at the start, but as soon as that sight, I think everyone just collapses with just.
Would you like to collapse in the truck? Would you like
In
to
the
head
truck.
back to the... Okay, in the truck, yeah.
This is our fucking truck. We ain't going.
It's the safest place to be now. Especially
yeah, I
now
think-
the commissar is gone.
I think Mick's gonna crawl in somewhere and try and get a bit of sleep.
Yeah. The back of the truck, everyone.
Yeah.
Except for probably Tiberius, unless Tiberius wants more sleep.
Tiberius is terrified to do anything else, so that he just, as soon as everyone begins to climb in there, he's like, "Oh, that's safe. Okay, great." And then he's just gonna sit in there and wait.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
That's fine.
So, our first regimental operation has failed. The first failure of a regimental operation. There was a previous one which was only partially completed, but it was more the objective of the commander as opposed to the overall war plan. Where in the... Actually, let's just switch this music, because it's not really dangerous anymore, aside from the possibility of
Commissar.
Commissar. And
Yeah, but
obviously...
that's always kind of there.
And obviously your own regiment, which is always a danger. Given the situation, I was not expecting any of you to survive. Basically one failure on the operate, and you did get quite a few positives to it for the most part. But
I knew that I was going to need to. That's
Yeah.
why I basically, when we leveled up in the last session, I put everything into the driving. Everything is just driving better.
So, as soldiers, you would probably get a feeling that this is a pretty big disgrace for the regiment. However, this specific regiment is pretty disgraced already in their own eyes. So, you know, honestly, any of the regiments engaging in that operation would have probably failed and had to retreat.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate that your regiment was the one to take it on, because you aren't equipped as well as the others. Some of the others have like anti-aircraft to a small degree, or things like that.
We're guerrilla fighters, and we walked into the plains being like, okay, let's get through here quick, and then just everything showed up on the horizon.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, this is our first time in actual combat.
Yeah.
Those of us that have survived are probably like, wow, we're real soldiers now.
I think with the success that our squad has had, I think that makes the Diamond Squad the elite squad of the regiment now.
Basically, because we killed like all their advanced troops that didn't flee.
Yeah.
And we saved like 40 dudes, so.
Yeah.
And the commissar. Like, we have made a name for ourselves here, boys. We're doing
The
great.
commissar told me good job, and I didn't shit myself in front of him.
you did let a little peep of fart out there.
Who wouldn't?
So this ended. Unfortunately, like the way I rolled was average for the orcs and really bad for your. I feel like Peachy gave me his dice for your regiment to see how you did in the battle. So I was like, I could try and like extend the battle out, give you guys a bit more fighting, but honestly, the degree of what was coming at you, going with the rolls as well, like about half of that convoy got immediately destroyed in the first bombing, almost.
Yeah.
So
At first we talked about like a success being like, yeah, we shatter in the direction of the hive. Now it's just we shatter back home.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like, the Hive is holding out against the Orcs, but not much, because they're speed freaks. They're not interested in attacking a Hive, they're interested in driving really fast around the place. So they have a lot of planes. Luckily for you, those navigate roles surface. One was for the bombers and one was for the fighters. And the fighters got lost. So they actually didn't turn up, which is good because the bombers only have 2 bombs each. So they let their payload go and then they headed
According
back.
to Bobby, that's still 3,000 bombs.
It is still 3,000 bombs. There are about 125 bombers ish.
See, my intel was accurate.
Yeah,
But I'm sure that if there were fighters, they would have been like dogging us the whole way.
the whole
They
way.
would have been strafing, etc. We
Yeah.
would not have made
They,
it out.
they have a lot of ammunition, and they are actually quite a lot faster than the bombers. And the bombers overtook you, so they would have had no problem just constantly. Which
Yeah.
was the main thing I was worried about, like failing your failing your operate would have had the big orc kind of tank army, as it were like catching you up, and some of the advanced units like bikes and some buggies, maybe a war truck would have caught up with you, and you'd have had to deal with that either by running away faster or by maneuvering, etc., fighting.
If anything had caught up to us, I would have rammed it. Yeah, I think you should know this by now.
But you would have had to turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had to turn around and go and just. Ah!
The only reason that I didn't continue ramming things is because they were far enough away.
Yeah.
If anything had caught up, it would have been, okay, let's continue fighting, because I don't make good decisions.
We also wouldn't have made it out anyway at that
And
point.
yet you still survived. Doc was in squad 2, and I tried to kill him then as well. And I failed. I failed in this, like, I had a Gretchen about to kill him when he was basically already dead. I rolled 100 and the Gretchen's gun exploded.
A Gretchen that he tried to trade with.
Yeah. I
I
cannot
was
kill
opening
Doc.
a line of communication. It's very important for a logistics network.
Oh.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, I think we'll end this here. If anyone would like to do any, like, mini additional scenes, I've got a little bit of a kind of closing thing for the regiment, so...
I didn't die. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. I mean, you took a hit from the commissar.
Yeah.
Yep.
You took a hit from multiple bodies being stacked on top of you.
Yeah.
And only cried out the last time.
Right. So
You got a couple of good shots off with that harpoon gun.
Yeah.
that's true.
Not only did you not die, but you actually contributed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I caught him. No worries.
I think that you are definitely officially part of the squad now.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're fucking keeping this guy.
One of the problems that can arise as to being like just basic bitch troopers is you can't do that much damage and etc. like with your las guns, and
Yeah.
so like it really does depend on some good rolls and that kind of thing. And as your stats aren't amazing, it all kind of compounds into sometimes you can feel a little bit useless as a trooper, but at the same time, the starting objective in all of these regiments is basically survive and maybe get a kill if you're lucky or stupid.
And we've mounted a fucking orc head.
Yeah. So, you know, as these characters continue, because, you know, I'd love to do another Diamonds episode in the future, you know, episodes. So you guys can completely come back with your characters another time and see where they go next.
Of course.
Keep the spares ready.
Which means, because you have survived probably the hardest, actually no, definitely the hardest set of mission or like session so far, everyone take 2 sets of +2 to a characteristic. Sorry, one, like, so +2 twice to a characteristic. Tiberius, you can take, sorry, forget everything, let's start again.
Take it easy. Just breathe, sheepy.
all of you can take +5 to 2 characteristics. Tiberius, you can take +5 to 4 characteristics.
Nice.
Because you guys have already had a level up, correct?
Yeah.
Well, not level up, but like an advance. Put 2 ticks in anything you like, not above 3 ticks. Tiberius, again, you can take 4. So just have a think about...
Wait, sorry, not above 3 ticks, meaning we can go up to 3 ticks?
Sorry, not above 2 ticks.
Oh,
So you can go up
3 ticks and operate.
Yeah. Actually, if you have something you'd like to put 3 ticks in and you feel like you deserve it, I will 100% be willing to discuss it. So yes, you can put 3 ticks in operate.
Yeah, I was thinking like that's basically what he's done, and he's done it really well this entire episode. So it would make sense he's got better at it.
And this character here is basically trying to be as perceptive as hell. So
Awareness? Yeah. You can have 3 ticks in awareness.
Yep.
I would say the one for you probably, Daryl, would be tech if you'd like to take it, but
I'm definitely thinking about it. Yeah, I've currently got 1 tick in it, so I can put a 2nd tick in it.
Yeah. That's perfectly fine. If you wanted to put 3, I'd probably allow it, but I probably wouldn't advise it because, you got your survival and everything.
Okay.
How many ticks do we get again? To place?
You get 2 each.
Okay.
And then 4 for... considering... I'll say everyone gets 1 extra wound. Except for Tiberius, who gets 2. So chuck in extra wounds in there.
So I took, I've got my fellowship up to 40 now, and I took a tick in command. Mick's actually becoming an officer.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, my perception is now 45.
Nice.
Nice.
I have 3 ticks of awareness. So, and I've been taking the ballistic skill to 37 as well. So, this guy's Leon's becoming a bit of a sniper sort of thing.
Yeah, Daryl's been shooting a lot, so his ballistic skill is now 43, and his agility went up to 43.
Hell.
Nice.
Yep.
I'm still a smart boy.
Okay. Aside from that, sorry, Tiberius, take a fate point. So if you scroll down a little bit, just below your characteristics, you should see experience and fate points.
Mm-hmm.
If you just put 1 in threshold, 1 in current, you know what fate points do. But
Yep.
Yeah. Basically, I decided that to simulate the fact that you guys are mostly newbie troopers and everything, you don't get fate points. You don't get many skills and that. And as you survive, you just get a little bit better. And yeah, it's not like official leveling up or anything like that, like spending experience points, just fairly simplistic and that. Yeah. So
yeah, kind of represents how lucky you've been to make it this far.
Right?
Yep. Yeah. So, let's start off with Bacura Zarefa. Who are you? What do you do? Would you like to pimp anything? Would you like to talk about anything before we go?
Hi, I'm Philip, also known as Bacura Zarefa. These 3 episodes have been so much fun. Being able to play just some utter arseholes is amazing, and I'm a big fan of Sheepy. Sheepy is awesome. Yes, Sheepy is definitely on my list of people I want to GM for at some point. Yes, I do have a list for that. So
interesting.
It's getting quite extensive now. Things that I'd like to plug. Monday evenings, I do Blood in the Thames, which is a Vampire the Masquerade chronicle set in London. For those of you who don't know Vampire, it is a horror game, so please be warned of that. We have just started our 4th season. My character's surviving.
Yay.
Yeah, 3rd degree burns over pretty much his entire body at this point. Because shit happened. I didn't do it. It's not my fault. Someone else at the bottom. It's and great to play with these guys. Would love to play with all these guys again. It's just great fun. Thank you.
Okay. Rick / Derp Digital.
Hi, my name's Rick. When I'm doing things, you can find me on twitch.tv/derpdigital, although not this weekend because I'll be with like family and stuff. But normally I play games on Saturday on my own channel with a bunch of people, and then I play Rogue Trader with most of them on Tuesday with Cheapy GMing, and it's chaos.
It is chaos. It is ridiculous. And I don't want to think about it right now. So, Doc.
I'm still Doc Ghast, and it's gonna continue to be a no from me. Just don't.
Yeah, don't follow him on twitter.com/doc_ghast.
Yeah, it's a great place to find him.
Already followed.
And finally, Mike/Unmade Gaming, who I have done a show with on his channel, so you should go and follow him.
Yeah, that's. I mean, a lot of you guys from Sheep's channel came over there and watched that. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on YouTube right now. It's called Blood on the Reich. We played Warhammer Fantasy RPG. It was a shit show. It was a shit show because of Sheepy and I. Yeah. We contributed very little, and then very much a lot at the very end. And we talked about pies, and Sheep tried to sleep with most people's wives. It was a good time. So if you want to see,
there's a lot of talk of undead hunters, which got upgraded to zombie hunters, which got upgraded to vampire hunters.
Yeah, we were a team of undead hunters.
Yeah,
it worked out pretty well. So we did that. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on YouTube. And if you want to see more shenanigans like that, you guys can check me over on Twitch. Link is in chat.
Yes. Okay, and I'm Sheepdog, and you were here watching the show, so you know what it is. But we are starting viewer games soon. So those of you who have contributed or are Patreons, things like that, will be able to sign up, and you will be gemmed by me in this campaign. You will be doing things like protecting bunkers that other regiments have taken, and probably you will lose them. It will be, you might play in this regiment. I hope you don't, for your sake, but you might.
You too could lie, cheat, steal, blowjob your way to a last carbine.
And, maybe you'll run into Commissar Friendly and wake up half a day later.
You might also encounter the diamonds and go, yeah, I know these guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. We're going to go off and raid someone. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.